Hearing these results, it is shocking and it is concerning.
This week on 7 Little Johnstons, Trent got some tough news at the doctor about his health. But first, the episode started off with Liz preparing for a big change. Soon she'll be going back to work as a nurse after her maternity leave with Leighton.
Going back to work, I'm pretty nervous, just being so used to being with her every day. That's gonna be a pretty big change because my hours, they are pretty late, and I just hope I don't miss any big things that happen with her, but I have to provide for her. Our goal now is to buy a house, so me, Leighton, and Bryce can go out on our own.
While Liz and Bryce are at work, Trent and Amber will be watching Leighton. And since Amber is busy with school, Trent will mainly be on baby duty.
We're also going to make it clear that if you're not at work, you're taking care of that baby. Whenever I have her, if it gets too hairy or if I know she's going to start getting cranky, we're going to get in that white truck and go for rides.
While Trent has been having some dizzy spells, they had a plan for if it happened while he was watching Leighton.
Emma is there all but about an hour and a half. But also, if something is to happen, it's not like he falls out and he's just unconscious.
They're dizzy spells. And I have learned to sit down and just focus straight ahead. And also, the day before, I'm going to be taking care of the baby. I don't need to be busy out doing a bunch of stuff and whatnot. I need just to chill out and take it easy. So the next morning, I'm good.
Trent approached the situation with a sense of humor, putting on headgear to make Amber laugh.
If I am going to be 100% on Papa duty for Leighton, I need to take a lot of precaution, and I'm going to protect his head. Always bring a little flair to the bed. It's protection, so I don't bump my head. And if I get dizzy from vertigo from making hot, passionate love, and if I fall out, I won't hit my head.
Their conversation turned to how full their house is with Emma, Alex, Liz, Leighton, and Jonah, all under one roof. Their long-term goals are for Liz and Jonah to both move out and buy homes of their own, though Liz is further ahead on that front.
Elizabeth, yes. Jonah, but he can't move out until he has somebody in there with him to hold him accountable.
When Jonah moved out and he was by himself, he didn't like being alone. It probably comes from the fact that he's never spent life alone. Him and Ashley, it can stay the 3.5-hour long-distance relationship forever, I guess. But each one of them at some point have to be independent because currently both of them live with their parents.
Later, the whole family went ice skating for their first big outing with Leighton. They all had fun on the ice, but with varying levels of skill.
Golly, dude. I feel like I'm gonna be the first one to fall, man.
Y'all hold hands and skate.
We're good. We're good. We can skate some.
Bryce.
No.
Bryce, hold her hand.
No.
Here, Elizabeth, hold his hand.
Here.
No.
You'll bounce better.
Oh, God. So Dad was telling Bryce and I to hold hands, and there was instance where Bryce would just go like this, and I'm like, As soon as I hold a hand and he makes that move, I'm going to go down before he does. He's going to get used to it.
Another day, Trent met with Heidi to talk next steps for their parents, who are getting older and need more help.
78 and 90 and still living on their own.
That's what we need to figure out what we're going to do with them. I guess you're blessed that your parents have lived this long, but time is important now. Nana has gotten to where she's not really taking care of Poppy, and she doesn't take care of her personal needs, whether it's personal hygiene or self-care, no matter how old you are. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of somebody else.
Heidi said she would have their mom live with her if it came down to it. They then turned their attention to finding the right nursing home for Poppy that will fit his needs.
Being a little person, he struggles badly with arthritis. He's definitely going to be 100% care, dependent care. When we go to look at these places, me, you, and Amber, we have to write down notes on what we want to ask about.
Because we'll all notice something different.
Like, are they going to charge us more because he's a little person and he can't climb in a bed on his own?
Or us discussing ways we can adapt his room for his needs.
Have a professional carpenter come in and build a platform that would be safe for him.
Trent also talked to Heidi about his vertigo spells, and they speculated it might be related to his past head trauma, starting in his childhood.
He would be just trotting down our cul-de-sac on his little tight bike, hit a little curb, and just go flip straight over head first.
I've had head trauma, I don't know how many times. Hitting my head working, I fell down a set of steps doing that side job, busted my head, had to get stitches taken all the way up through here. Man, I had a headache for like 3 weeks on that. So bottom line is I got a MRI coming up to see.
Back at home, Liz got ready for her first day of work, and it was tough to leave Leighton.
No, don't cry. I don't want to see you crying. No, don't do that face. Aww. No. I'm sad that I'm leaving. I don't want to go either. I'm sad to be leaving because this will officially be like the longest time I've ever been away from her. Because my work days are about 12 hours.
Amber was ready to step in and assured Liz that things would be just fine.
I'll be here on my lunch break between 1 and 2.
Even
or
if
2 and 3.
even if she's screaming, I'll take a picture.
That's great. I don't want to see that because then that's just going to make me more nervous.
Nervous
It's going
for
to make me want to
what?
come back home.
You know your mother has this.
Yes, but it's just that feeling is like, oh, I wonder if she just needs me. Like if you.
We got this.
Later, Trent was working out when he suddenly had a dizzy spell. It ultimately did pass, but it was concerning. It wasn't long before Trent got his MRI. He went to his doctor to go over the results, and they weren't what he expected.
They do see head trauma from past, but their two biggest concerns, first off, me being 47, the size of my brain, the diameter, the gap, the spacing between my brain and my skull has reduced at a faster rate than what it should be at 47 years old. So it's the size of like an 80-year-old, 81-year-old.
There was another concern the doctors had with the results.
The MRI also showed possible early stages or pre-existing stages of MS.
Something like MS, I mean, that's life-altering. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease that causes your brain to not function with the rest of your body. It can cause vision issues, a lot of body pains. So yeah, there is fear.
Trent was referred to a neurologist, and he wanted to make finding out what was going on his priority.
If this is my next challenge right now, besides getting back to work, let me button up and get this figured out because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to, I've got a new grandbaby I want to enjoy.
Amber was also ready to approach the situation head on, which is her go-to response to challenges.
I don't have time to just sit here and, why does this happen to us? And some people take it as like, oh, she's cold or she's this or she's that. But I am always one that when I find out something, whether it's with myself, with my children, or with my husband, I want to fix it.
She's very task-oriented.
We are going to find out what is causing this, figure out if we can, if it is fixable, or how we can live alongside it.
As the episode ended, they pondered the best way to share this with the rest of the family.
If we went to the kids with the information we received from the doctor, it would freak them out. So we need to discuss how much we need to tell them until Trent has the full workup with the neurologist.